Hey, thanks for stopping by my channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at some broken access control, and this is one of the top vulnerabilities that you're going to see in the world of ethical hacking, bug bounty hunting, or anything that has to do with web applications. So we're going to be looking at some access control today on PortSwigger. So if you would like, you can go ahead and open that up. It will look like this. We have done some PortSwigger before in the past, and I think we'll do a few of these. And if you guys really like this video, then I'll continue and we'll do some more access control. These are going to be extremely basic. As you can see, they are at the lowest level of apprentice. So we'll go ahead and read this. It says this lab has an unprotected admin panel. And if I open this up over here, we're going to be brought to the main page, and it has loaded. So let's see what we're supposed to do. It says solve the lab by deleting the user Carlos. So we can come back over here, and it just says unprotected admin functionality. Now this is going to be something that you would find if you did any kind of fuzzing. So if we click on home or we click on the product details, and we can just come up here and we can just type in admin, and we're told not found. So let's go ahead and check the robots.txt, and it tells us it's got the administrator panel like this right here. And this is something you would definitely find if you were to fuzz the website. And we can paste this in and see what happens. We are brought here, and this is going to be our user, and this is the user we're supposed to delete in order to solve this challenge. So you can just click delete and it will go ahead and solve for you. So that is the first one. It's really simple, very basic. Basically, we should not have access to this. So in order to fix this, you would have some kind of authentication token in order to reach the admin panel, which I think we're going to see in just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and close this, and we'll go ahead and open up the second one, and we'll access the lab. And while that loads, we'll read this. Okay, so it tells us the lab has an unprotected admin panel, meaning that there is no kind of token or cookie that is going to cause any kind of authentication or tell you that it's forbidden unless you go ahead and authenticate. And it's somewhere in the application, which gives me an idea of where to look, and then solve the lab by accessing the admin panel like we did last time and delete the user Carlos. So if I were to come in here, what I would do is just go view page source, because we're told that it's found somewhere on or in the application. So we can just come in here. This is going to have all of the client side information we're allowed to access. So I would just come in here and click command find and just type in admin, and it's see if we can find it. So we'll go ahead and click next, next, next. Right here, this href. Let's see if this takes us there. I haven't actually done this lab, so we'll see if that's the one we're supposed to be taken to. Enter. And that is it. So we'll hit delete. And that's why I've told you in the past to view the page source, and then also to come into the main page and inspect and read the JavaScript that they actually give you on the client side, and look through the different files and actually read it, because you can find sometimes hard-coded credentials, API keys, tokens, or even something like a directory right here that should be secure but is not. So this is something you should always be looking for. So we are going right through these. Let's see, we are on the third one. Let's see what it says. This admin panel, let's go ahead and open this. It can be accessed to admin, which identifies administrators using a forgeable cookie. Solve a lab by accessing the admin panel and using it to delete the user Carlos, and we can log in. So we're told we're going to need to log in this time and access the admin panel. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll come ahead over to my account and we will log in. And this time we're going to have to catch this in burp. So we'll type in our username and our password, open up burp, turn proxy on, log in. And let's see if this has anything in here for us. Let's send this to repeater and see what this looks like. If we send, what does our response look like? And we see set cookie to false. Let's see if we can intercept the request to this. We might have to log out and log in a couple of different times. We have an invalid token with a bad request. Maybe that was because we took too long, or we actually sent it over here in repeater. So we'll shut this off, turn this on, try this again. And let's do intercept over here, send it, and set cookie to admin right here. And we're gonna tell it we want this to be true. And I spelled that wrong. I actually have no idea if this is the right way to do this, but this is how, based on the clues we're getting over here, how I am guessing we're supposed to do this. So let's send this, turn that off, and we have the admin panel over here, and we can delete the user Carlos. So let's go ahead and check out the fourth one down here, and this will be the last one. And if you guys want me to keep doing some of these in the future videos, please let me know down in the comments and we can do some more of these. These are actually super easy. How many of these are the apprentice ones? So it takes a little while to get to the harder ones, but we can do those too if you guys are interested in that. So let's read this. We are to access admin. We have to log in. We're going to change the role ID to a 2, which is bizarre. Usually you'd change this to a 1 if you were trying to access like the admin, which is kind of strange. Access the admin panel and delete the user. Here's our credentials. All right, we forgot to open this up, so we might have to wait on it. So this is going to be pretty simple. We log in, find the role ID, and then we're going to just change it. So that should be pretty simple. We'll log in. Same as before. Peter, login, don't save. I'm going to assume, let's see, let's go back over here and read this. So it says we need to log in. It's not in the login function. And then we're going to change our role ID to 2. So inside of any kind of capture the flag, because we are brought to this page, and this is an easy CTF, we're going to have to do something with this email function. So we'll just paste in, this is my default right here. Usually I have this .com, is I just push in some button smashing, and we will intercept this and see what happens. Update the email. We're given our email, send this to repeater. We can intercept this as well and see what it looks like. We get back the role ID right there. That was really simple. Can we just change this right here and see if this works? Does that work? That does not work. So what we can do is we're gonna have to change that. I think it's in our post request. So we can come over here, send this. Yeah, we have this post request right here that we're going to need to change this in. So we can just highlight all of this because I don't actually know if we can just change this right here to the role ID. So what we'll do is we'll just change all of this right here because we know these are accepted, user accepted over here. I think this is a key value pair. Somebody can correct me in the comments, but maybe this is because we're sending this over in JSON. It's been a while. I think JSON uses key value. Now I'm gonna have to Google it. Okay, so it looks like I'm right. JSON uses keys and values. So that's what I'm gonna roll with unless somebody corrects me down in the comments. That we have this key value pair right here. So we got the key, we got the value. So we have this going on, and I don't know if we can just put one of these in. So we're gonna go ahead and just copy all of them, paste it. We're supposed to go to role ID 2, which I already told you is bizarre. Usually you would want role ID of 1 or 0. I'm gonna guess because there's only 2 users, us and this Carlos, that we're user 1, Carlos is user 2. No, we got to reach admin. I don't know why it's number 2. That doesn't make sense to me. So what we'll do is change it to 2 because that's what we're told to do. We can send this and it's going to tell us page not found. We might actually need to grab all of this over here. Let's see what happens if we refresh it. If it updates our session, and it does update our session. So right here, our Session is now able to access the admin panel, and we can delete the user Carlos right here in order to solve this challenge. Okay, so after finishing this video, I decided to go ahead and go back and play around with some of these CTFs that we already covered, and I realized that there is a second way to solve this specific CTF. So the one I am talking about is the third one right here. So we originally logged in right here and then intercepted that request in burp and then changed admin to true, but there is another way to solve this CTF, and I'm going to go ahead and show that to you now. And it kind of has a little bit of a trick to it that I think will help you in the future. So let's check this out. So if we log in like we did before, and we enter in our email and everything just like we did previously, and we intercept this and we update the email, I realized that we don't actually need to come in here and intercept this request. You can change this admin right here from false to true and then hit forward, and then we can come over here and we can say true and then forward. And then we need to type in true and then forward, and you see where this is going, and we are able to hit the admin panel. But if I want to actually come in the admin panel, it tells us that we have a problem. So a cool little trick that you can do with a burp is come back over here. We'll intercept this, and I'll show you how to make this go a lot easier, and you can just browse the entire web application as the admin. So we'll hit update, and we see this admin false. So what we can do is we can just copy this, go options, and we're gonna go, you'll scroll down to match and replace right here, and we're gonna just add this in. We're gonna say match this admin false, just like this, and we're gonna replace with admin true, just like this. And so we can go ahead and say okay to this, and it should automatically check the box for us. So now if we come back over here and we just turn the interceptor off, it's going to automatically let us browse as the admin, so we can go around anywhere we want, and we're going to have this admin panel because it's going to automatically change that admin false to admin true. So that is another way to do this lab that is going to make this a lot easier for you. And one last trick to go ahead and show you with this lab that I think will really help you in the future is to go ahead and we'll just log in like we have been doing. So we'll just log in. Hopefully that works. We're not going to intercept anything. It says we're logged in. We have no access to the admin panel. But what I noticed is if we come into inspect and we come down here to storage, we see this admin cookie and it says false. We can just change this to true, and we can refresh the page, and now we can browse as admin. Now that's a lot easier than changing it in burp. So I just want to go ahead and show you two other ways to solve this lab. So this is kind of some basic broken access control. And if you are interested in more access control, you can please let me know down in the comments, and we can continue working through some of these other labs here in the future. Thanks for watching.